Hello, hello, hello. So it looks like we finally got this hard mode Freebirds done. It took me a few attempts, but I figured out a decent strategy. So what I did was I flagged my heroes like this. So when it starts out, all these enemies are like this. They're like all lined up here, but they're friendly. So I flagged my offense like this. I flagged my Soul Twister back here, Bip, Prot Monk. And then I took all of these prisoners and dudes over here, so that way nothing, like we can't really get AoE'd because everything's so spread out, and I immediately meteored like the biggest group, teleported into them and DPS them, and just kept doing that for groups. And I originally pulled these dudes over here, this huge like wave of Anshu, and we just wiped this like 5-man group as the big group was approaching. But as the big group was approaching, only one of my heroes was getting hit. Then I changed flags to this in the fight. Oops. I actually did this better under pressure, which is weird. So that's what I changed the flags to, and then we just fought these enemies and killed them all. But this is with factions only build, so if you're running like at least 2 or 3 mesmers, that would easily help you. Like just like flagging your dudes will help you. So the one thing to note is if the prisoners die, you fail, so there's still some mobs left, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to flag my teammates ahead of me. I'm going to flag ST into safety, BIP, Prot, and I'm actually going to hang back and pull with my warrior, just by having it run forward. And you can see that things are pulled because all the enemies will freak out and start like talking shit. So... And you have enough, like all these Anshu will greatly tip the scale in your favor. Like they're insane. You essentially have like a massive party. So as long as they just don't get caught in like some burst AoE, they'll be fine. Like some of the enemy dervishes can just burst them down quite instantly. So as long as you just kind of flag a hero to pull and like set your heroes up and then run in with the Anshu afterwards, you're fine. Because you like I said, if your prisoners get bursted, you lose the quest. So, one big thing to keep in mind. All right, so for bridges, I like to do like a weird like diamond formation, like this. Actually, maybe this should be more forward. They can be hit by nearby, but actually, we might as well just chill out here. So here's the basic strategy for this build. I just like meteor dudes and then like teleport in and DPS. And the nice thing is they start attacking me, which is good because it's better that they cast spells on me than my entire like front line. Well, mid line, I guess, because I'm the front line essentially, and the minions are as well. Okay, we're doing fine. Just flag something to cancel everything. Alright, so this area... There is 2 groups. It's easy to over aggro, so I recommend just like pushing this way and just taking them out one at a time. You can always flag your Soul Twister in like a safe area, and always try to flag your backline far apart, especially if you're having problems with Winds of Change. Let's pull these, great. Oh, whoops, I meant to use that on someone else. Oh well. Dang, he's getting prodded up. That's weird, an illusionist with healing seed. Alright, I'll just break flags now. So yeah, this is Freebirds hard mode, with Winds of Change faction only. As you can see by my builds, this is just the account that only has factions. I had my Soul Twisters thing up just so I can like pre-Soul Twist for that big fight. But aside from that, actually let's do this a little bit better. Alright, it's like... Okay. Alright, so these will just pull eventually. There they are. Might as well just nuke this front line of theirs. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. They're burning. Great. Alright, I'm just gonna go back. Cool. Alright, so yeah, not so bad. Flagging, especially in Winds of Change, can greatly make or break your success in this game. So when you're doing Freebirds, if you just flag in the formation that I showed, it's actually much easier to survive the waves of enemies that they throw at you, because they really just throw tons of enemies at you in these quests. Okay, I just have to bring them over to here. So only one prisoner died, so that's actually not bad. I would say that's pretty good. I bet if I would have played slightly different or had like maybe a little bit more support, it's possible you can just run like an extra, like take out a damage and throw in like another prot monk or something for mitigation, just to keep all of the Anshu alive, because like they give you quite a lot of allies, so that can be very useful. So that's the end of this one. To recap, when the enemies are like kind of lined up in the one area, I flagged my dudes like this. And the reason for that is the enemies have to collapse in, so like they have to move towards me to get to like casting range. So the ones that are far back, like the casters that are far back, have to move forward and kind of ball up. So the reason this formation allowed me to wipe them so quickly was because they all had to condense and run straight at my dudes, which allowed me to easily kill them all. So that's basically the tactic that I figured out. Because like the problem, if you don't kill them fast enough, is they can kill all the Anshu, and then if you're down the Anshu the entire fight, what happens is you just wipe over time unless you have like Mesmer Way. But so yeah, thanks for checking this out, and I'll see you in the next one.